is 35. Kron Gracie 1 inch taller at 5'9", but both have the same reach of 70 inches. Back inside the octagon for our co-main event, here's Joe Martinez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go with our co-main event of the evening. 3 rounds this in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. His background, jiu-jitsu and boxing. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in officially 145 and 1/2 pounds. In 5 fights as a professional, he stands perfect. 5 victories, no defeats. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California by way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Here is the undefeated Kron Gracie! And across the octagon, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at the featherweight limit, 146 pounds, and in 36 veteran fights, he holds a record of 25 victories and 11 defeats. Here is the featherweight veteran from Palm Springs, California, Swanson! And your referee in charge of the action is Kevin McDonald.
Kevin McDonald draws the referee assignment. Cubs Swanson looking to get things on track and looking for redemption against Kron Gracie. 15 years ago, they met in a gi jiu-jitsu match at the U.S. Open. Cub was 20, Kron just 16. And here we are in the octagon. Tonight's fight clock brought to you by Dave and Buster's. Kron Gracie minus 185 as the favorite in the gray. Cub Swanson plus 155 as the underdog in black.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, the real issue for Cub here is that he has the ability to let his strikes fly. I've been there myself. A lot of strikers talk about it when you're taking on somebody that only wants to grapple, that wants to take you down, that wants to control you or submit you, obviously, like Kron does. You forget about your own striking, and you become so obsessed with the fact that they're going to shoot on you. All of a sudden, then they hit you in the face, then they take you down. But Cub looks good here. He's moving well. He looks sharp. He looks fast.
Oh, good right hand.
Nice right hand.
Got a knee bend out of Gracie for a moment as they return right to the center. For Gracie, he just kind of plots his way in, did so to Alex Caceres, and look for any kind of proximity when they get close to just wrap up a neck, a hip, grab a hold of something so they can get into his world.
This is exactly what Cub needs to do. He needs to utilize a lot of movement. Kron, obviously, is trying desperately to close the distance to get his hands on him. Beautiful body shot.
Gracie comes back with a combination up top. And now in 1-2 there from Swanson.
Kron got through with a nice jab there. You see Cubs carrying the hands low. That's just in case Kron looks to shoot. I think his style is going to look to more clink and then work some kind of transition to the ground like that. He's not a typically trained wrestler. He's a jiu-jitsu practitioner, so the takedowns are very, very different. But a nice shot there by Cub. He's looking good here. It's a very, very nice start for Cub Swanson.
On the outside here as Kron tries to track him down. And Cub's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt as well.
Oh, for sure.
And he said when Kron was competing in jiu-jitsu, it wasn't like he was undefeated. He wasn't winning every single time.
No, that's right. Well, he said when they actually competed against one another, the score was 3-2.
That was a close match.
It went to a decision. It was a close match. So even on the ground, it's not like Cub can't compete. It's just foolish to go there and fight him there. That's where Kron wants to fight. You don't give him that luxury. Cub just landed a massive kick there, moving so nicely, just gliding around the octagon. Kron's getting a little frustrated. Still early days.
Top.
Oof.
Body shot from Cub.
Nice body shot.
For Gracie on the jiu-jitsu mat when he was competing as a black belt, some familiar names as opponents: Gary Tonin, Beneil Dariush, Gilbert Burns, and Sergio Moraes among the UFC veterans that he squared off with in the world of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, Cub's starting to feel himself now. He's got the hands low, he's moving well, he's dancing around, the head's movement, moving well. Because he's landing shots. When you land shots, you get good feedback. When you start getting the good feedback, you're like, I'm having a good time here. And then when you start having fun, man, the world's your oyster.
Starts with a body shot that time.
Oh man, he is working that body. You know, he probably thought Kron is going to have his hands high because he's not the seasoned striker that Cub is. Probably going to have his hands high, let's work the body. And I'll tell you what, if that was the game plan, it's genius because they are finding their mark. As right as I said that, Kron connected with the right hand, kind of stumbled Cub a little bit.
Swanson circles away from danger here as we go under a minute to go. The first of three possible.
This is where Kron wants it. He wants to get Cub pushed up against the fence so he can just get hold of him, stop him from moving around, and then once they initiate the clinch, then Kron can go to work. But Cub's footwork here is so nice. Look at that, just pivots like a bullfighter. A matador, should I say.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. That's technically a bullfighter.
A little damage on the bridge of the nose of Kron Gracie.
Oh,
Belt outside the left eye of Cub Swanson after Gracie has found a home for some shots.
Man.
Tips and throws the heavy body shot again.
Those body shots are money.
Big swing from Swanson. Gracie trying to hang in.
Oh,
body kick that time from Swanson as the first round winds to a close. Second round. Catch the all-new UFC Live each and every Friday at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific, only on ESPN2. The weekly 30-minute show gets you primed for all the Saturday night action, as well as the latest news and information from around the sport. UFC Live, Fridays on ESPN2. Underway for the second round here between Kron Gracie and Cub Swanson. This is just the second time in 6 fights now that Gracie's been to a second round. Again, he's undefeated. He's submitted all of his opponents. 4 of them came in the first round, 1 here in the second. But Swanson, exactly what he wanted to do, keep it on the feet, stay out of the clinch and danger.
Yeah, I mean, as we can see, and we've said it many times, Kron's trying to get his hands on him and he's walking forward. You know, he's just kind of being predictable. If I was Kron, I'd plant my feet in the center of the octagon and let Cub come to him, you know, and just because this, so far, not saying it won't work, but so far it's not working. So you're going to make some adjustments. You know, walking forward, trying to initiate a clinch like this, it isn't working. As I said, I'm not saying it can't work, but it's not doing so far. Cub's looking really nice, countering, anticipating all the movements. Look at that, just dips out to the side a couple of steps, turns the corner, he's back in the center of the octagon, and then it's just rinse and repeat. Oh, double body.
Back to the body for Swanson.
Tell you what though, Kron is tough because he's taking a lot of body shots, a lot of punches in general. And he is not phased. He's still walking forward. He's intent on winning this fight. So here we go.
Forward.
Yep. This is what he wants. Sorry, pardon me, Brendan. This is what he wanted. But look at that. Great work, Cub.
Wow, loads up on the body shot that time to Swanson, but Kron keeps walking him down.
Yeah, but this
now in the clinch, he tries to jump guard there and get creative.
I respect what he's trying to do, though. He's trying to make something happen, you know. You sacrifice moves. You know, by that you sacrifice your own position in the hope that you can pull something off. Oh, that was a sickening body shot. And Kron just not even showed the fact that it impacted him. He's incredibly tough. There it is again.
This is now officially the longest MMA fight in the career of Kron Gracie. As we almost enter the second half of round number 2, Swanson narrowly escapes danger there.
Yeah, kind of a slip there, but look at this now. Now he's going to sweep him. He's got the ankles. Look at that. Tremendous work by Cub. Kron went down. You grab both the ankles and you use your hips to drive forward. That takes your opponent off the feet. It was an interesting and a very creative attack by Kron Gracie, but Cub was wise to it.
Go back to swinging. Swanson head movement there. Kron able to escape the heavy damage, but not that time. Now back in the clinch with 2 minutes to go in round 2. Swanson still swinging from the hip here.
I'd say Swanson's got to be careful though. I mean, he's doing sensationally, but all the time, Gracie is walking forward like a zombie, just walking through the shots. And this is what he wants. And just more and more in this round, he's finding a little bit of success in his game plan. He's actually getting to clinch. They're engaging in a little bit of grappling every time. So Cub's got to be careful. Look at this,
meanwhile now inflicting the damage as they clinch and throw right in the center.
Right there, Cub was like, you know what? I'm happy. I'm going to stand there. I'm going to unload on you.
All right, Trevor Whitman, want to bring you in as well. What's your take of what we're seeing?
Michael, you are 100% correct. When you get tired, you start making lazy decisions.
Yeah.
And if this turns the other way, Cub's going to look himself in the mirror and say, why did I ever do that? Easier said than done, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Man.
He's on the fast track to victory here. But
Completely, but you get tired, you start taking an extra breath, you're like, it's not too bad, touching and feeling a little bit, but all of a sudden this fight could change real quick.
And
what a great fight, though. I'm telling you, I'm loving this fight.
Fantastic fight. And you listen, I'm talking about a couple that you got to give it to Kron because he's making it in the fight. He's eating so many shots and he's so determined to win. He's not allowing himself to really feel the effect of the blows, and he has my respect for life.
100%. It's a decision. And when you come in and say, hey, I'm going to win this fight, he has not broken a bit.
No, he hasn't taken a back step. He just hasn't reacted to the shots, which is crazy.
100%. Love it.
Can cover. Swanson, meanwhile, dealing with a cut now outside his right eye as these two just slugged it out for 10 minutes. But we get 5 more after this. Swanson here.
Let's go. Your feet. One more round.
Heavy action in round number 2, Michael.
Oh, absolutely. And this is, a lot of the work is directed towards the body. Multiple shots at a time with a lot of power. Every time he connects, you hear the slap. But once again, I'll say it, Kron hasn't reacted once.
Round 3 is brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of the UFC. Kron Gracie has been in the corner of Nate Diaz and called the Diaz brothers a training partner. That's kind of really what got him into mixed martial arts. They brought him in to work on their jiu-jitsu years ago. He has stayed part of that Nick Diaz Academy, so you put him in a dogfight, you got to know he's been able to do it. You know, Cub Swanson, he's known as a fight of the night guy as well.
One punch can change everything. Kron connected there, but somebody killed my words.
Keep moving, baby. Keep this.
Corner of Cub Swanson asking for a lot of movement, stay out of danger here.
Yeah, I mean, not that Cub would ever dream of doing this, but he could just dance around now for the next 5 minutes and win this fight.
I mean, the striking numbers are identical right now, unofficially 79 apiece.
Which is crazy. Oh, both guys exchanging hard. This is it now. See, Kron's having success now.
A lot of sweat flowing though.
Nice move, turned the corner, just pushed him off.
Nice counter shots there from Swanson. Punches and punches up top.
Incredible output.
Nice left hand that time. Tips and throws again. Swanson staying busy, trying to find it here in the 3rd round. Clinch once again. We'll see what Gracie does. Tries to jump guard, slips right off. Look out for the up kick, as we just saw.
The story of the night with the up kicks.
And Gracie stays busy in that clinch as he...
Yeah, you can definitely see the Diaz influence. Very reminiscent of the way Nate Diaz fights, or the way that he fought Anthony Pettis, that's for sure.
Oh, double jab and comes with the 2. As they clinch once again right in the center. 3 minutes to go.
Wow. Excellent reaction there by Cub Swanson. He was well on his way to being fully thrown, and he shifted his weight, so therefore he didn't let go on his back. And once again, he's got to be careful there. He's got to disengage.
Head kick blocked. The right cross wasn't. Neither was that. Now back to the body for Swanson.
This is an incredible fight. Oh, look at that. He's dangerous with that. So dangerous.
I mean, just right in the center and throwing and connecting for each of these guys.
Well, kicks like that, they tend to be very opportunistic, but he's jumping down, he's pulling guard, he's pulling on both heels, knowing that Cub's going to step back, and then he throws the up kick. He's done it several times now. He's worked that in training camp.
Cub Swanson, I mean, shades of his performance in December of 2016 against Doo-Ho Choi. Part of a streak that included 3 straight fights of the night.
If you notice, the movement of Cub Swanson now is not the same, and I'm not surprised. This is a hard fight with the closing minutes, but the game plan that Cub started with seems to have disappeared. Oh man, he's
back to the body and now up top.
Look at this, my word. Just so much respect for both of these guys.
Each of these fighters has landed more than 100 total strikes. They've each thrown more than 200.
This is insane. This is absolutely insane.
Trevor, come on back in.
The best fights that I have ever seen live. Kron Gracie in there stepping Cub Swanson backwards and just eating body shots. I talk about body shots all the time. You probably get bored with me saying body shots, but they're so effective. And they're not affecting him.
No. It's crazy.
It's like a mentality of, I'm loving this fight. I had to jump in and say I love this fight.
Anytime, Trevor, anytime, my friend. And that makes 2 of us. I'm telling you, that makes 2 of us. This is insane.
To me, I would never have thought it would be this fight.
Well, I would not think that Kron Gracie would be standing there and doing this.
Now they're on the mat, and Swanson's in the full guard here. 40 seconds left. Does he try to stay close and ride things out on top?
Well, whatever he's going to do, he's got to be careful. And Kron, whatever he's going to do, he's got to be quick about it because he's got 27 seconds.
Doesn't take much time if he gets what he wants. Swanson's out of danger now as they return to the feet. Final 20 seconds. Slugging away.
Absolutely epic fight. Both of these men just in tip-top condition. The pace of this has just been incredible.
Well, 15 years later, Swanson and Gracie back on the same proving ground. Final seconds here. A phenomenal display for these 2 featherweights. Now it's time for a handshake and an embrace.
It doesn't get much better than that. All-out action from the opening bell. Unbelievable amount of strikes. Non-stop action. Body shots. Oh, pure excitement.
Swanson on the mat recovering after, heavy output.
Yeah, there's some of the work from Kron Gracie. You forget about that. I mean, he landed a lot of shots, but Cub Swanson was he just punished the body, took it upstairs. But he ate a lot as well. I mean, look at that in the slow-mo. You really get to see actually what was landing, but they're so fast in real time. You didn't notice a lot of the work that Kron was doing.
Well, Cub Swanson looking for a win. So is Kron Gracie as he looks to stay undefeated. The official decision next.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here. I'm
Amalie Arena. And now for the fight decision brought to you by DAV, keeping the promise to America's veterans. And for that, here's Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score it 30-27. Your winner by unanimous decision, Cub Swanson!